Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Immigrant, and if this is your first time of being on this channel, please like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you can get notified when I drop a new video. So yeah, my name is Immigrant. I'm a writer, wife, mother, producer, game mistress, entrepreneur. I'm everything that you can think of packaged in this little package. So today I am going to be sharing with us how I got my family got our green card uh, to live in the United States. This happened back in 2018. We moved to the States in 2017. And there's a long story of from how we came. But in this video, I'm just going to be sharing how we got our green card. Remember, I'm not an immigration lawyer. I'm just telling my personal story. So don't carry this story as say, oh, Simi, this is how Simi did it. This is how I'm going to do my own and it is going to work. But one thing that I'm going to say real quick is that we used a particular route, but it was me being a writer, me working as a writer, me being consistent as a writer that helped us to be able to file for our green card. So if you're watching me right now, hear this. If you're a writer, write on. If you're a singer, sing on. If you're an artist on. Right? Okay. So we came to the United States in 2017. We had lived Prior to then, we had lived in Nigeria and South Africa. I'm going to tell my South Africa story one of these days when I'm less emotional. So if you haven't seen my video on how I met my husband, you should go watch that video. Let me apologize here that I was a little bit too emotional and I missed out some important points, which I may be sharing later on. But for now, let me tell us how we came to the United States. We came in 2017 with a B1, B2 visa. It was a non-immigrant visa. We actually wanted to come and, spend time, do holiday. We had had such a horrific year in 2016 where our family was separated for almost 6 months, and we just needed to chill out and relax. But as we were planning that trip, we were also planning our future. We were also talking to people, and we were also, thinking about what to do next, because we'd lived in South Africa for 2 years, fantastic testimony, and we got sort of kicked out. We were banned for 5 years for overstaying our permits. And I personally, I was a mess. I was a wreck. Emotionally, mentally, I was in a very, very dark place. And my husband traveled to the United States in October of 2016, by which time our family had been separated. I was in South Africa, Pretoria, with the kids, and he was stuck in Nigeria. But we all had our American visas, 2 years, multiple entry, which had just been renewed in 2016. So he came to the States to relax and to think and to pray. And maybe I should say this real quick. So when he left South Africa, he was trying to come back. He was returned. They didn't allow him. They stamped on his passport, refused entry, and he took that same passport, to the glory of God, by instruction and by family bonding, because I was like, if America is not going to give you a visa, then we don't need to have the visa either. So we went to the embassy to do the Dropbox to renew our visas, because we all had this same visa, going to South Africa. Anyway, this long short stories in between. Anyway, he came to the United States and he preached at a church. Um, so I've not even met that pastor, interestingly. But he preached at this pastor's church in Maryland. And in my normal behavior, it's like a culture for us. Anywhere my husband goes to preach, we give them books, either his book or my book. So in this occasion, he went to that church and he gave the pastor one of my books. And he just started discussing about our plans. The family is separated. We are moving back to Nigeria. We want to come to America, but we don't know how. We're thinking maybe if we can get a religious visa, and things like that. And the pastor asked him, your wife writes, why do you want to go through a religious visa when your wife writes? So he was like, my wife's writing is just this writing that she's just doing. No, it's not like the writing as well. She has won maybe one award. She has written maybe like 30 books. The pastor was like, what? Yes, that's a good. Has she been writing for up to 10 years? He said yes, she's been writing for more than 10 years. So good. One story to another. The pastor introduced us to a lawyer, an immigration lawyer, and the lawyer said, send your CV or your resume. So we sent the resume. She looked at it. She said, well, whenever you are in the country, just come see me, because my husband told her that we are going to come to we are visiting. We are going to visit with the kids, especially after the traumatic experience in South Africa. We were like, we are coming to the US to visit. We have visas. So when we came, she now looked at she discussed my CV. I did a CV that was tailored just towards my writing journey, as it were. So she looked at the CV and she was like, this is a great CV. And that she put my name inside in Google, and the name popped up right up as a writer. That when we're filing for any immigrant permit or anything, that's one of the first things that the immigration will do. They will, if you say you have a skill, they will put in your name, and if it pops up in that skill, that's a good sign. So first, again, when that pastor said, she's a writer, my husband said, he was just like, which writer? And even when he told me, I just laughed. My sisters, everybody just laughed, like, which writing have you been writing? You are not a best-selling author or anything. So let me quickly drop this here. If you are hearing my voice right now, know that whatever you're doing, focus on it, do it. If you're a musician, sing, keep singing. It may not even sell. It may not even publish it where musicians publish their music. Go on Spotify, go on YouTube Music, go anywhere you can, Amazon Music, go on anything, anywhere you can, and just publish. Spend your money if you need to. That was what I did as a writer. I enjoy writing. I wanted to build a life, a career as a writer. So I kept on writing and writing and writing. And sometimes, especially when I lived in Nigeria, I would have to publish 1,000 copies, because that was how it was cheaper for me. I would publish 1,000 copies of my books, and I would not even sell up to 100. I would be dashing it out. I'll be giving it out. And it was a little bit discouraging. And another thing, when people ask me about writing, I give the information freely. I was building myself. I went for a training with Jerry B. Jenkins. I did a 4-year training. That wasn't easy at all, especially because I had to pay with my Naira card, with my GT card. So I was doing all these things. I was really pushing this my writing career, because I also wanted to teach writing. So I was just pushing. I refused to be discouraged. Many times I will be discouraged, especially when it comes to selling. I will carry my books to bookstores. How many bookstores did I carry my books to? In fact, I told myself I'm not carrying my book to bookstore again. My cousin's wife, my auntie, who had a bookstore back then in Lagos, there were 2 bookstore owners that really encouraged me. But she particularly, I don't want to mention her name because she doesn't like the public like that. But, you know, she bought, every time I carry my books to her store, she will pay cash. You know, she'll say to me, this is just to encourage you. And let me say here, bookstore owners, encourage us, encourage local writers. I went to a bookstore in Lagos. I will not mention their name, but I remember their name. How can you forget such a name? I went to that bookstore in Lagos and they told me, like this. They opened their mouth and told me, we don't buy Nigerian authors. I'm like, why? How do you want authors to thrive? How do you want Nigerian authors? How do you want African authors to grow and thrive? How many times I will go to bookstores, I will drop 10 copies, 15 copies, 5 copies. They will not pay me anything. When I go back there, and there is a particular bookstore. When I went back there, they told me, who are you? I said, I dropped 10 copies of my book here like 3 weeks ago. They said they don't know you. They said, go and look at the shelf. If you see your book on our shelf, very big bookstore. I walked around, I did not see my book on the shelf. I said, I didn't see my book on the shelf, ma. The woman said, then that means your book is not here. My 10 copies that I had calculated, plus they took like maybe 45%, or they said they were taking 45 or some amount. So let me just, that is small ranting. Bookstores, please help us. The one that I went to a bookstore that they said they've paid it into my account. The money did not enter the account though. I gave them account number again. The money did not enter till tomorrow. Maybe that was 10-15 years ago. Anyway, keep writing. All right, keep writing as a writer. Don't be discouraged. There are so many things that can discourage us. What about the one that people who leave bad reviews, especially if your book is on Amazon? Somebody who left a 1-star review now wrote in the review, left a comment, said that this story is too close to home. This story touches me in such a negative way that is as if it's my story. It's very painful. And how can you write this story? In my mind, I'm like, if I write a story that is fiction, that is sounding like your own, is that not a good thing? Jerry Jenkins told us then. Jerry Jenkins said this. He said, a good fiction should read like non-fiction, and a good non-fiction should read like fiction. So now I write a fiction story and it's sounding like your story. You now go and wicked me and leave 1 star. Now say that this story should not, if I could, she said, if I could, well, I don't know if it's a she, it sounds like a female name, but if I could leave a 0 for this author, I said, and you know, Amazon does not like to remove bad reviews because that is how it shows authenticity. Okay, so let's go back to my writing and my green card. So long story short, we saw the lawyer gave us advice on what to do, and I'm going to say it here now. If you want to move to the United States and you are a skilled creative, you are a writer specifically, these are the things that my lawyer told me. And if you are still not there yet, you should work on that. So one of the things is that you have to have at least 10 years of, consistently doing what you say you are good at, because we were going to apply for the skilled special skills. That's the category of the permit of the green card, special skill. It's an E something, but I'm not very good with this E. It's not EB, or it's E is a class E visa. So that's again the reason why I said, like, you need to get a lawyer, and you need to get somebody or an immigration agent or someone who knows, who will give you things, or you could read it up, because there's a lot of information online. If you Google how can I as a writer get a green card in the United States, I'm sure Google will give you all manner of information. So reading up that information is very important as well. So they said I had to have like 10 years of consistent, if I could, get, if I had awards, or if I'd been, active in the industry, like maybe partaking in contests, in competition, or judging and things like that, it will be an added advantage. To God be the glory that 2017, I got an award for my faith-based category for the days after that night. Amazing book. You should get it. Get that book. It's on Amazon. It's on seller.co. And it's on Amber Hive, which is a brand new online bookstore. Kudos to Sophos Books for starting Amber Hive. So my books are on there on those 3 platforms for now. Literature is coming too, hopefully very soon. My books will be there. All right, so I got that award in 2017, so I was very happy to add it. It was just on time. Then another thing that my lawyer said was that we needed to have referrals. So people in the industry who could write recommendation letters for me. And this is where it comes to, writing, being a part of the community, doing things in the community, doing things for other writers. I had a number of people who had worked with, who had edited for, who some free of charge, and I just called on everybody. Sometimes it's not money that you need. So for me personally, when you put money first, I think you're not serious. So sometimes it's not money that you need, it's just you just want to be in that space, in that community, to be seen and to be known, and to be doing what you're passionate about, and what you love, and what you want to do. So yeah, so I needed to get referrals, recommendation letters. I needed to get to have at least 10 years in the industry. And what else? And then if they Google my name, my name should pop up in that space. So that, and I got all of that. And of course, there are other things that we needed to do, and we were able to do it. And that's how we put in our application. We used an immigration lawyer. Some people say, I can do this on my own. Well, I did not understand the American system that well. So I felt it was better to pay for a lawyer to do that for me. And that is how we filed for our paper. A family of 6, I was the principal applicant, and we filed for our green card based on special skills. And my special skill was writing. I was a writer. I'd never seen it done for anybody. I didn't even know that as a writer I could apply. That was a special skill that I thought it was just, is it not just writing? I've not even really made money from the writing, but it was a special skill that the United States government recognized. They first even gave me a waiver, a national waiver, and it was based on my skill as a writer. I was the principal applicant, and my husband filed also under me. My 4 kids filed under me, and we put in the application, I think 1st of May in 2017. By around end of September or early October, we were given our work permits, temporary work permit and travel parole so we could travel out. But our lawyer advised us that, you know what, just stay here until everything goes through, till you get your green card. So we didn't go out, we didn't go well, out of the country, we didn't go anywhere. And then around December, I think we were invited to do our medicals. And then January, I can never forget, January 19th or so, we were invited for an interview. This is January 2018. Normally, our lawyer said that they don't even invite for interviews, but the policies changed around that time, and they said even if you are doing special skills, you have to be invited for the interview. We went for the interview, all 6 of us. Then afterward, we saw an oath, like that we will not lie and everything. The interview went very well. They just asked us questions that we had already filled in our forms. And after that, the guy just said, congratulations, you're getting your green card. Ooh, hallelujah, glory be to Jesus. And like 8 days later, 6 green cards entered our mailbox. It was the day before my birthday. I remember January 27, 2018. We just got home. We went out somewhere. The kids were not even home. They went for a camp. They went for a Christian camp, all 4 of them. And hey, 6 green cards. I looked at that card. I said, it doesn't even look very green like that. Why do they call it green card? But yes, that is how we got our green card. Again, let me say that if you are a writer, keep writing. When I started writing, I just wanted to write. I wanted to fulfill my passion. I wanted to just do the things that I love doing, and I wanted to touch lives, reach people, entertain people. I write a lot of romance. I wanted good, clean romance that people can enjoy, suspense and all that. I was just doing my thing, just trying to be better, going for conferences when I needed to. And who would have imagined that this is where this skill was going to show up for me? This skill showed up for me in such a big way. People pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get this thing that I just got by my special skill. So I want to encourage us in this video. I want to encourage you, if you're a writer, keep writing. You don't know where it's gonna end up being useful to you. If you can help people in the writing community, do it. Do your best. My philosophy in life is to live and let live. So live, enjoy your life, and let others live and enjoy their lives. Thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell button. And I want to know, what is your writing journey? What has your writing done for you so far? What challenges do you have? I want to engage. I want us to talk. I want us to discuss. Until next time and my next video, I love you. God bless you.